Long ball number 3 here on Wednesday, June 18th. Major League Soccer's top scorer stuck in a war zone. Report from Yahoo Sports' Christian Arnold late last night says Philadelphia Union scorer Tai Baribo and his family are stuck in Israel. He was abroad for international duty with the conflict breaking out there between Israel and Iran. The airports are closed. Philadelphia Union says they're in constant contact with the player, but his return is a fluid situation.
Yeah, this does not look good, right? For Tai Baribo, for the Philadelphia Union. I mean, look, the first thing to say is that we hope that Tai Baribo is safe, that his family is safe. Don't wish any, hope everything is good in that front. Playing soccer is secondary for Tai Baribo at this point. Just being safe in a country that is fully engaged, it seems, in a conflict with Iran. And, this is another reminder that, especially in a league in our country that is becoming more and more international as time passes, there are always going to be things like this, right? And there are always going to be politics or international relations or things like skirmishes, wars, whatever, are going to impact players in world soccer. And Major League Soccer can't afford to kind of shut itself off from this. So, and I don't know. I don't love the idea that a club like the Union has to go. Should we sign an Israeli player? I don't know if we should sign an Israeli player because maybe something happens. Maybe there's some war because Israel's engaged in all of this stuff. Like, we want to separate the politics from this, but I think that's impossible. And I don't have to have a stance on who's right or who's wrong in the Israeli-Iran conflict to be upset about this from a soccer perspective. And then there's the question of where this leaves the Union. Rob, they're in first place. They're in the Supporter Shield lead. They're having an incredible season, one that I don't think a lot of people saw coming. After saying goodbye to their long-term manager, after making some changes in terms of personnel, after leaning more into their kids, we thought they were going to take a step back. Instead, more than halfway through the MLS season, they're in first place. They did win without Baribo in the lineup during the international break against Charlotte FC, who's been spiraling. Was that what the Damiani and Vasilev started up top? I think we should have some concerns about this long term, though, because Baribo's been such a big part of their success.
Yeah, if this situation with Baribo being away from the team lasts for too long, it could have an impact on this, surprisingly incredible season for the Union. For context, the scoring leaders for the Union, Tai Baribo, through this point of the season, 13 goals scored. The next player on that list is Damiani that you referenced, playing in the last game, has 2. So the big drop off from 13 to 2 as far as goal contributions.
Yeah.
Granted, they have 15 different players that have scored 1 or 2 goals. So they've spread out the scoring, but I don't know my percentages very well, but 13 is a much bigger number than the 2 that the next leading scorers have. So there's going to have to be a little bit of a change and an adjustment of their approach and expectations during this.
I mean, maybe it leads to a little. I mean, they're already an aggressive pressing team. Maybe it leads to a little bit of a shift in terms of how aggressive they are on the attacking of the field when they recover the ball, I guess. Not only is Baribo the leader in goal scoring for the Philadelphia Union, he's the Golden Boot leader in Major League Soccer right now. He is 1 up on Sam Surridge of Nashville SC, 2 up on Kevin Denke of Cincinnati. And if those players are, this is also, a little bit, it's the 3rd or 4th or 5th thing that you need to be worried about. But what if Tai Baribo misses out on a Golden Boot because he's missing games, because he's stuck in Israel, because he was representing his country? By the way, let's remember, he was on international duty and Major League Soccer playing through the international break. There is that. But it's just a frustrating situation that this is what's going on here. And look, this is not exactly the same, but when we talk about travel restrictions, and we talk about the inability to travel internationally, Baribo's stuck in Israel because the airport is shut down in Tel Aviv because Tel Aviv is being bombarded by Iranian bombs or missiles. And we know that the World Cup is coming. We want it to be the best possible show for soccer in America. And meanwhile, there's legitimate concern that in addition to the list that's already been put out, restricting travel for people from certain countries. There are rumors and reports that another list is coming of 30-something countries that are going to be banned from traveling to the United States, have people banned from traveling to the United States. How does that square with a World Cup? I have no idea how that squares with a World Cup in 2026, Rob.
I remember seeing a report a week or so ago saying Infantino was like, Trump told me that this isn't going to affect it, So,
oh yeah, so that's it. We're fine then. Okay, yeah. Johnny got Donald's word, and everything is good now. Yeah, that's we know that
firm handshake. Yeah.
We should totally buy into that. Yeah, we're all fine. Johnny, I trust you. No, of course not.
But at the same time, you think that those sort of rules have applied for most people, but not folks that might be considered elite or the inner circle of things. So the players and the officials might be good to travel, but regular people might have a different set of rules altogether.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, okay, I don't even care if the teams can travel, if the fans can't travel. This is supposed to be the world's party every 4 years, right? And it's supposed to be an opportunity for people to gather in the spirit of sport, which as much as it's been co-opted and manipulated and bent to the will of powerful people and certainly people with a lot of money, it's still supposed to be the thing that brings us together, right? It's why the Olympics even exist, because what we're trying to do is to bring people together and say, hey, this is for everybody. Okay, let me just address this, right? We're going to make it political. Non-debate, in my opinion, safety of our country is more important than someone doesn't get to watch a game in person. Okay, so without knowing at all, we're just assuming that all these people are bad, right? That's what it is. Like, we're not going to actually consider the possibility that I mean, whatever. The safety of our country. We're making something out of nothing, right? We're creating a problem that only this administration can solve. But that's fine. That's fine. I mean, if you don't want the World Cup to be the World Cup, move it out of the United States of America. I mean, if you want the World Cup to be what it's supposed to be, move it out of the United States of America. If you care about the safety of your country, if you're going to buy into that narrative,
don't invite the world.
Don't invite the world. Don't, because you are not comfortable with the world being in your house. You don't get to say the World Cup is for everyone and then hold it in a country where those people at the door go, no, not you. No, you're too this and you're too that. And you speak the wrong language. And some bad people come from your country, so we're just going to keep everybody out. That's all right. There we are.
I'll tell you, Jason, I am a master of cleaning up all the problems that I created myself too. I'll just put that out there. Those are the easiest. Okay. Those are the easiest ones to clean up. And random side note before we leave: is Sam Surridge the most underrated player in MLS right now? I mean, I don't hear him talked about very much.
Well, it's certainly a situation where he didn't deliver these kind of numbers in his first couple of years in Nashville, and he was supposed to be the guy that was going to turn Nashville more attacking under Gary Smith. Obviously, Hani Mukhtar has been a fantastic attacking player in MLS for a while now. Sam Surridge has come on, and obviously BJ Callahan is a major reason for this. They just beat Chicago in Major League Soccer. I think they have not been unstoppable or anything like that, so it's hard to get a handle on whether they should be considered one of the favorites for the MLS Cup title this season. But I think you have to give them the respect. They're sitting third. They're on 32 points. They're plus 11. Only the Union are better in the conference in terms of goal difference right now. And only Vancouver and San Diego better in the West. So Nashville is maybe a dark horse. Maybe they're moving into dark horse territory at this point.
Dark horse alert indeed. Thank you for tuning in, guys. If you are watching now and the subscribe button isn't lit up underneath the screen, hit that button now. It doesn't cost you a darn thing. You don't get spammed with anything. All you do is help the channel by clicking that button. And if you are already there and you want to take your support for Morning Kick Around up a notch, $3.99 a month, you join the MK Ultras. You get priority access to videos. You get bonus content, priority commenting on this interactive show that we're doing. The goal is to become one of the town squares of the American soccer conversation. So the more people there, the better the conversation gets. You can follow along on social media at MKickaround on X, Instagram, and Blue Sky. Write us a note, morningkickaround@gmail.com. You can also find us as a podcast. Search Morning Kick Around on your favorite podcast platform.